Somebody come get Faulkner, he's dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get Faulkner, he's dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get Faulkner, he's dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get Faulkner, he has hairy nipples. Hey, we're playing games, and we're having fun. And Faulkner is... Actually, you know what? If Faulkner was naked, I would not be having fun playing games with him. So let's just go from there.
Howdy, boys and girls.
Welcome back.
Faulkner is 100% nude this episode. So if you're not watching the live video, you're missing out.
That's sure. We'll roll
Faulkner,
with that.
shut the fuck up.
We'll roll with that.
Fuck up. You're 100% nude. People want to watch the nudeness.
I've seen your nipples twice now, so
Yeah. I have unfortunately touched your nipples.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
okay.
But
Okay.
you did it on your own accord.
Not skin-to-skin contact, Aiden. Don't think it's weird. Through the shirt. Yeah.
Think as bad as it could be.
I say,
Think as bad as it could be. It is. It probably is.
Yeah.
I feel like the more you explain it, the worse I feel it is.
Yeah. I feel like you're covering up the more you try to defend yourself.
Oh, I'm not trying to defend myself at all. I'm just saying, like, I 100% have touched Faulkner's nipples in the past.
I love it when we start off our podcast with prime content like this.
That's the hook.
Yep. Welcome back to Sweaty Plebs podcast. This is episode 60. And
Oh, hey, you know what? You know what else is 60 years old?
what?
Not me.
Wow. Wow, you had a long work week, didn't you, buddy?
Yes.
We're pretty much going to talk about one big topic today after we dive into what we've been up to. But before we get there, time to kick off them drinks.
Now, don't want to, make you guys feel bad about your drinks, but I have a drink that is so on brand for myself and for the week coming up that I don't really want to make you guys feel bad. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go? Because
yeah, let's have you go first still.
Your boy is drinking himself.
Bring it closer to the screen. I want to see the picture more. Oh man. That is you.
Oh man, I'm drinking St. Patty's on the juice, and you know what I'm about to do when I St. Patty's? I'm about to get loose on the juice. Maybe not this one. This is a wild barrel beverage. I want to give a big shout out to my friend. Actually, not my friend. Well, she is my friend. My girlfriend's friend, Jessa. She gave me this beer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We are friends. Have you guys watched One Piece? That's the question.
Still no.
It's an anime about pirates.
About pirate?
Well, multiple pirates, I think.
No, I have not.
No, there's too much.
Jessa loves it, so watch it. That's my recommendation.
That's the plug. All right.
You are the best at that.
I need some help.
Do I need help? No, you need help. Watch it. Jessa says watch it.
How do you taste?
I was gonna say this tastes good. So it does taste like me. Yeah. I am I'm a good person, and this beer tastes good, so I recommend.
All right.
And if I had glasses or sunglasses.
That is a good one. I like it.
Yeah, very close.
All right. Aiden, what you got this?
So I bought 2 beverages, drank one of them last night. I'm happy I did because it was a canned White Rush, and that was like 14%. So
nice.
That would have been bad for podcasting, but that was great for Friday.
That would have been great for podcasting. Do you know about podcasting, man?
So got this Jagged Mountain Craft Brewery Conditional Love fruited sour with orange, cranberry, vanilla, and cinnamon. It's the winter sour.
Oh, look at that! I like that can.
Yeah, it's a good. That can reminds me of lighting things on fire. Your face also reminds me of that.
I'm not sure how you feel about that. It's a very mixed feeling
It's
face. It's like, I kinda, but don't.
No, it brings me back to like 2 months ago where I got an apple pie sour, and it's like that one, but just better in every way. So I'm on board.
Okay, cool.
It's good for the snowy weather, you know.
Sure.
That's all I got. So
That's
what
all
do
you
you have,
got.
bud?
How many people have you killed while you're drinking that?
0.
Well, you're not a Viking. All right.
Oh, okay. Vikings don't have apples. That's a
Yeah.
little known fact about them.
Well, let me tell you something about Vikings.
We could talk about that later. Yeah. Let me,
Later. Oh
let,
no.
let me get to
Oh
my
no.
drink.
All right, what do you have, bud?
I have a black canopy from Parliament. Look at the L's. This is a Imperial
Oh.
Stout, 9%.
Oh, so you're making the same mistake as last time. All right. Sorry, I haven't been here for a part of it. 9%. Okay.
Oh boy.
That is heavy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that aftertaste is delicious, though.
Man, you
High
smell like
praise.
a.
I like that aftertaste a lot.
So, would you drink that again?
This again. This is
Would
a Dylan gets me this at the end of the night as my last beer. That's exactly what this is.
one of my favorite kinds of beers.
Yeah.
Because I only have one sip of them, and then I know that you're gonna have a terrible time with it.
Yeah.
So yes, I love it.
This is like the perfect beer for Dylan for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for you,
It's
from me.
Yeah, it's really really good, but I may get
Hey
fucked
man,
up from this, so.
It's
I never treat
roughly
you
16
wrong.
ounces.
You know, I always give you the good shit.
You do. You don't skimp out on price cuz those beers are not cheap either.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say also, this is a nobody will know this except for me, but Aiden, you've sort of been there. You remember Sam Sato's? You didn't
Not by
actually
the
get to
name.
eat. You didn't get to eat there. I tried to take you there when we went to Hawaii the last time,
Oh,
and
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend Robbie went there. Faulkner knows Robbie, and Robbie said it was good. So it's a good restaurant. I just want
High
everybody
praise.
to know that. You should go there. If you go to Maui, it's a wonderful restaurant, Sam Sato's. Get the dry noodle, the Simon, get some broth, and then get a bunch of sides.
Yep.
It is wild.
So, was there something that like connected the dots there for you? Or was that just kind of out of the blue? You wanted to shout them out.
I want to shout them out because that shit is so fucking good, man. That shit is fire, man. It's so.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking about it, like in my mind. I'm not thinking about it right now, but like I do.
You
It's
talked
in
to
my mind.
me. You're telling me
Yeah.
about it a couple days ago. We've talked about this already this
We've
week.
talked about it once or twice.
Yeah, already this week because our homie's
Yeah.
in Hawaii right now. So
I mean, Robbie is there right now,
Yeah.
and he just went there for the first time. So I guess it did kind of come from that.
Okay,
But
that makes more sense.
that's
then.
where the real connection is. Yeah.
yeah, man, that shit is absolutely fire.
I had a whole
So-
discussion at work about Hawaii pigeon, like talking about the word decline specifically.
Wait, recently or
Yeah, at work, like yesterday.
dude? Let me tell you something about that. I trust you on that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. All right,
Yeah.
let's get in the games, guys. What have you been playing, Dylan?
Hey, do you guys remember when I said fuck Ubisoft?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful story.
I still say it, but let me tell you something about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Buy it from Amazon. You get that code, download it. It will actually work on your Xbox. Unlike if you buy it from Xbox. It's a good game. It's a good game. All right, it's a good game.
I mean,
That's
it's an
all I'll say.
Assassin's Creed game, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It is Assassin's Creed, but I try not to play it that way. So
Yeah, no
I'm just
stealth.
going around. I'm raiding the villages. I'm killing people that don't deserve to be killed. I'm having a good time, It's fun. It really is still an Assassin's Creed game, but it's the setting to me is just more fun than
Sure.
Egypt or Greece. So
Mhm.
I'm having fun with that. Still playing Apex Legends. What else am I playing? I think that's about it. It's been a pretty light game week for me. I played a little bit of um not Monster Train, but the better version of it. You know what I mean?
Slay the Spire.
Exactly. I've been having a real tough time with the blue dude. Um
Blue Boy. Orb Man.
yeah. Yeah,
I like
I'm
him.
stuck on Ascension 10 with him. For some reason, I love him so much. I've had some like 10 out of 10 like setups where I'm like I could win the entire game if this was like level 1, but it's just enough to like throw me off. So I think I need to like reset what I'm doing. So that's about
Okay.
it.
Cool.
Cool. Good stuff.
All right, Aiden, what you up to?
Nothing really new, so I'm just going to defer until we get to the Apex Collection event because
Cool.
it's probably the most interesting thing
Oh,
I
we got
did
a
this
German.
week.
We got a German.
Annyeong.
Hang on.
Hello.
German, have you been playing any games? German is playing Persona 5 Strikers. Oh, she says hard.
Okay.
That's it. I guess I will comment on the Germans Persona 5 Strikers.
Put your mic's getting tangled up in your beard.
Oh, she's not very good. She told me to shut up, but I will not tell a lie on this podcast. She's trying. I'll say that.
Hey,
Is she having a good time at least?
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
most important part, right? Is she having a good time?
Yeah. She's having a wonderful time.
She
Yeah.
should take a look at the trailer for not the Monster Hunter Rise game coming out, but the other one that's coming out, the Monster Hunter Stories. Looks like something she might enjoy.
Hey,
It's like more of a traditional JRPG.
let me tell you something. No. I know she will not like that.
I think she will.
Dude.
Take a look at it. Like watch the game.
I've watched her play regular Persona and Strikers. I guarantee you that is a big no.
I guess it doesn't play like Monster Hunter though.
Yeah, but
Just from the
you're
aesthetic,
saying
from
that-
the
you're-
aesthetics,
you're-
from the aesthetics, because it's more anime-ish.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, she's big into anime. Let me
Yeah,
ask
that's what
you
I'm
guys
saying,
about
like-
anime.
Oh my god.
Have you guys watched One Piece?
Oh, what's that, bud?
It's about pirates.
What's the main character's name? That sounds lit.
Luffy.
Oh
She
man.
is
All right,
hardcore.
so
She's into hardcore anime right now, and by that I mean
don't say it like that.
Don't do it.
it's funnier when I say it that way. She Allison is into hardcore anime, and by that I mean only pirate anime. So
That doesn't help it. That doesn't make it better.
yeah, it does. I mean, hardcore pirate anime. It's not that weird. Who knows what's going on?
Trying to get that booty.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh.
that's a good one. Hey, you like that booty?
He loves it so much.
Look at him. Look at he's so sad.
Oh, she's mad now. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
All right. All I played this week besides Apex is Ghost of Tsushima. I finished the first act. I literally cleared everything before I had to like go to that castle, right?
Mm-hmm.
To finish Act 1, so I cleared all of it. It's a good game, at least where I'm at.
Great game.
It's a good game.
It's a great game. Man.
I don't find it being great. I'm actually kind of bored.
It's a very, I would say.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
a great
understand
of that genre.
Yes, I think it's a very basic
It does everything
game.
very well. It doesn't do
It does
anything new, but it
yeah.
does everything very, very well.
Everything that you expect from an Assassin's Creed game or an open world game. It does it perfectly.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, if I can make a recommendation, if you keep playing it, just don't do everything. You'll enjoy it more.
Honestly, just play the game the way you want to play it. I did everything, pretty much.
I generally
And
do
I had
that
a
because it's
wonderful time.
kind of like how I play those
Yeah.
games.
But don't force yourself to do it. I would say go through the story first and then come back to the areas after.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's the right way to play those games, but it's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Like it's a great game for a genre. For me, it's just a good game. Right. Because
Yeah, that's fair.
Because especially after coming off of God of War.
Oh,
like
yeah.
God of War is a 10 out of 10 game of the year, right? And then when Ghost of Tsushima came out, everyone's like trying to put it as is nominating it for game of the year. And I'm playing it, I'm like, I mean, it's a really good game, but it's not game of the year game for me.
I don't think they're the same game. I know they're both open world, but
It's very different.
They're very different
very
games.
different.
Yeah.
I think.
But even like the combat system in God of War is just better, right? The
That's
storytelling.
true. I
To
mean,
me, the
just like
storytelling,
throwing the axe.
just all of it, being able to like switch, like you switch from weapon types to different combo chains, and being able to chain one combo into another. Like it's so fluid in God of War, whereas this one, it feels like just a really refined Assassin's Creed combat system.
Yeah.
Right.
How many?
I'm still parrying, and I'm still blocking or rolling. Right. Like
Types have you unlocked?
I have all the
for,
stances.
You have all of them. Okay.
Yeah. I have all the stances. So yeah.
I think of it a little bit more highly of a game than you, but I don't play those games nearly as much as you.
What are you talking about? You went on a literal binge on open world games.
Yeah.
Oh no.
In 2020.
I have done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you, in general, have played more than me because I was not playing them at all.
That's true. I've pretty much played every Assassin's Creed game except Unity and the Brotherhood one. Is it Brotherhood? I skipped those two.
Syndicate or something?
Syndicate. That's it. Syndicate.
Yeah. Brotherhood was like the multiplayer one, right?
Yeah. It, like I said, it's really good. It sets the bar for that genre, I do say, but it doesn't change the bar. It doesn't elevate the bar.
No,
right?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Other than graphical, like presentation, it does a wonderful job at presentation.
The presentation
is really good.
It's insane. Mm-hmm. Like just having that bird like guide you, and like not having to like worry about like I need to set something here to go that way. It's like the bird will tell you like this is what's close. Just go that way and like enjoy the moment. The moment, you know.
Yeah. So like everything it does, animation is some of the best animation in that genre, right? Just being it more smooth. The attacks do feel weighty. The standoff stuff's really cool. The assassination stuff is like very generic to me.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's not the best. It's unfortunate that it's so easy to choose.
Yeah. But other than that, like, I get why people praise it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not for me. I haven't finished it. This is just my experience in Act 1, of course, right? Like the story itself, nothing to call home about, right? It's whatever, you know.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's whatever. It's
not
like 5% better than the average story.
Is it though? Like to me, it's like it's like pretty forgettable for me.
You haven't beaten it though.
No, I haven't. You're right. Like I said, I'm just saying, like through the first act, I'm like, it's not really capturing me story wise. It's not capturing me.
Once you beat it, there's nothing surprising, but it's an enjoyable finish.
Yeah, like I did Act 1, so this is spoilers. I'm like, oh, I got to go meet all the people and like recruit them. All right, cool. Oh, someone betrayed us. Oh, I was like, oh, of course, this guy betrayed me. Saw that coming. Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's
like I said, it's just, I think it's really good in that sense, but I don't understand. I don't see the hype as much as other people, I guess. But that's also
Yeah.
coming from the lens of playing God of War, which to me is
I,
it's a masterpiece. Like
yeah.
that game's a masterpiece. That's a top
It
3 game.
if I was gonna play one game out of the two, and I only had like life or death situation, God of War 10 out of 10. You know, it's a much better game.
Yeah.
In every way. But I don't think Ghost of Tsushima is a bad game.
No, it's 100% not a bad game. It's a good game.
It's just not a game changer where God of War actually, to me, it is. Even though it's a similar game, you know.
No, God of War is a huge game changer. Like just from like the narration in that game is so good, and the story, like I was like entrenched in the story, and I would listen to all the stories. Like when you're in the boat and they always like ask the story from the head, the head. I would like make sure I don't get off the boat. I will let them finish talking because I want to know like the lore and stuff like that. Whereas in Tsushima, I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. Other than that, I think it's still a good game. I'm gonna beat it, but I'll probably do what you guys are saying is just more mainline the story. But the only thing is like I want to unlock my skills and techniques, so I'm like it's kind of forces me to want to do that stuff.
My recommendation is go through the main story up until, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but up until like the third act.
Yeah.
I'll say. And then once you get to the third act, just stop and kind of go back down through the island and just open everything up. Get all the skills you can get. Just have fun, because you'll be overpowered at that point for that, like going back. You just fuck everything up. It's a good way to play it.
I'll probably do that. I'll say one thing that's actually really refreshing about Ghost of Tsushima is there's no gear score or itemization.
Yes.
Yep.
And I don't know if Valhalla is the same way or
Valhalla
is itemization.
Valhalla has, it's not that bad, but there is a gear score, and you have to either upgrade that gear, but the gear is pretty limited as far as I can tell. You either upgrade that gear or you find new gear.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's for that kind of single player experience. Like a gear score doesn't make too much sense to me. Like, hey, here's your gear. You can upgrade the gear itself, and that's what God of War did too, right? Like you upgrade generally the gear itself. Except for they had a much more robust gear system. But I like the way Ghost of Tsushima is handling it because it doesn't pull you away from the gameplay, which Odyssey and Origins does, right? Like, so you're so worried about gear and you're constantly swapping out gear, you actually have to stop playing the game to play with your loadout.
I don't think
it doesn't pretend to be an RPG
in Valhalla, but I'm still using the basic axe. I'm just upgrading it. I'm still using the basic shield. I'm still using the basic armor.
Yeah.
I think that might be the best they've ever done. Like, I've unlocked a couple other things, but I'm just like, I don't want to use it. I don't want to put points into it until I have it, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a great departure from the traditional open world thing.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
I feel like unlocked, if that's a good word to say. There's no pressure.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like I can play the game. I don't have to worry about that aspect of the game because everyone has going to find their specific play style.
Yeah,
and your armor is what essentially pushes you towards a play style, right? So you're like, all right, I'm just going to wear this armor because I know I like to do this type of fighting.
Yeah,
and then I'll fuck with my charm system, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, each piece of armor or each weapon has a different like boost.
Yeah,
but I don't feel bad about using what I have just so I can continue in the game, you know?
Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful system they did.
That's the best way to do it. Like make every armor fun, you know?
It's so simple too. It's weird. It's like the most simplest thing. It's like, all right, just keep it. Let's break it down a little bit. I don't need random rolls on that type of game.
No. It's a single player game. I'm trying to have fun, you know?
Yeah, I don't need random rolls. So it's just one of those things. Other than that, that's literally all I've played. Should we talk about Apex? I know Dylan has a lot of thoughts on Apex. This collection event.
Yeah, I mean we can touch on it. I think the event is a good idea in general. I honestly fucking hate the event.
The LTM.
I hate the LTM. I hate the so the new announcer for me
Yeah,
specifically.
you do
I
hate
don't
that
know.
announcer so much.
I don't know if it. I know it hits Aiden, but Faulkner, I don't know if it happens to you. I don't know if it's like a random thing. Every time she says anything, it happens 3 to 4 times for me. It is so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I honestly don't notice it to be.
All the
frank.
skins, I think, are pretty good, but
Yeah,
I don't.
There's some real good ones in there.
There's so
Yeah.
many bangers in there. Aiden, just out there acting wild.
Aiden
I
actually
spent
bought
like
some.
$40 to get one of them. It was great.
Piece of shit.
I'm not gonna hate because
Yeah, you especially. You're
yeah,
king.
you
Yeah.
can't.
You're the
I
king.
can hate as much as I want. It's
I actually love a lot of the skins.
I think it's a interesting change, and I actually like the changes that they did. I think they just did it so poorly with the announcer that
I love how the
I
announcer is
don't enjoy
grating
it.
on you so much.
Dude, I don't know if it's just me, man, but I hear her literally 4 times every time she says something. It's welcome to the party, welcome to the party, welcome to the party, welcome to the party. And then every time the ring closes, it's like ring closing, ring closing, ring closing, ring closing. It happens every
I
single
don't
time.
know if I get that because I don't notice it unless I'm just not
It
paying
is
attention.
Yeah.
infuriating to me. It's like, all right, I know how to play this game. I have completely stopped playing like unranked mode by myself. I only play ranked mode when I'm by myself, and it is a far better experience. I'm also a little bit worried about the long-term change of adding the heat shields because they are extremely overpowered, as the 3 of us know, by getting top 2 or 3
Dude,
pretty much every single time we do our speed ass mode where we try to grind heat shield damage, where we basically land in or right next to the initial heat shield, or not heat shield,
hot zone.
heat hot zone.
Yeah. So I think what's going to help in the future is it's not going to be something that everyone starts with.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just farm like 2 teams and then you have like
But
10 heat shields.
no, you're right. But I have played a decent amount of ranked without you guys this week, and you still run into people who are still just getting the heat shields.
Well, it's in the replicator, isn't it? So
yeah, it is, but
so it's easy to
but
craft.
still,
I mean, we
you
did that
still run
strategy
into
too.
people who are doing that.
Yeah.
And it is not. It ruins the BR of the game. You know, it's not a BR at that point. It's a, hey, do you have enough replicator points? Hey, did you find whatchamacallit? Because people will just sit just on the edge and just wait there until the zone closes all the way in, and you're like, well, I'm here, have, my fucking red armor, I have a fully kitted out gun, I'm ready to fight somebody, and they just don't show up because they have the heat shield, and it's not fun.
Yeah,
it's not fun at all, and I've had it happen multiple times.
They're gonna nerf
in
it.
Ranked.
I have no doubt they're gonna nerf it after the LTM. I think during the LTM they'll keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the mode, but I think after that they're gonna cut that down.
I do agree that it's fun for like an LTM, but if it's in there long term, which I think that it will be based off of them adding an entirely new slot and taking away the inspect weapon button.
Yeah, I mean, I think the slot's
sucks.
great. The slot is great.
No, the slot, I don't want to complain about that, because like having the mobile respawn beacon in that slot, I think that's awesome. Like even if you have the heat shield in that slot, I think it's cool. But the heat shield needs to be super nerfed where it's like, hey, you throw this thing down and like, for the next 20 seconds you don't take heat shield or zone damage or something. Where it's like you put it down, anybody who walked in it can run to the actual zone without damage.
Yeah.
I think it's too powerful in its current state. I hope they change it, but I do love it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we had some fun sitting in the hot zones and then winning
We've
matches.
been having fun.
Great time.
Extremely griefing people where we just don't do anything except for like fight one team off spawn and get their heat shields and sit in the zone.
So wild.
Which is pretty fun. I do enjoy that. But for rank, it just makes me mad.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll see. They got
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean the LTM like changes every few days, so we'll see what the next iterations. I mean, I think they use these LTM modes anyways to test different things out.
Yeah.
These are just beta tests for different things, right? So it's a good way to have high participation in a beta.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hate at all. I'm glad that they're doing it, but I will hate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're
not trying to, but I will.
You are amazing in that. I appreciate you. All right, let's get to big news this week. Overall news pretty light this week. We have one pretty big thing. We knew it was coming. Bethesda is officially part of Team Xbox, so that means.
Wait, time out. Since when?
Crazy, right? Just came out of nowhere.
Just out of nowhere. What does that mean? That means we have 8 new studios officially part of the Xbox team. We have Bethesda, id Software, ZeniMax Online, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango, AlphaDog, and Roundhouse. But there's some bangers in there, as we've talked about and discussed prior. So let me get through some statements. Phil Spencer claimed Bethesda will continue to make games the way it always has, and has confirmed that some games would release on non-Xbox platforms. Pete Hines, who's like the marketing director, I think, he stated, first, let me say that we are not making any landmark announcements or changes right now. As we've all shared, the expectation is that Bethesda Software and our studios will continue as we have in the past, just with more support and resources than we've ever had before. So essentially, it sounds like, and this could all just be PR messaging, like, hey, they're going to keep doing their thing. We just gave them a fuck ton of money.
I guarantee you it's all PR.
Yeah.
But I think it sounds better than what most people expected. Right?
I mean,
like a lot of people thought.
I mean, to me, this is kind of what I expected based on Xbox's previous wording
everything
on
was
other
going to
stuff.
be straight up like, hey, there's going to be no PS shit from here on out. But they're honoring what they had, right?
Yeah. They're going to honor everything because those were contracts that were agreed upon prior to acquisition. So they have to. I think they're contractually obligated to regardless.
I mean, they could break that.
They could, but it's not worth it.
Yeah, and Xbox is, or especially Phil Spencer's, always been about like making bridges instead of burning bridges. And to break contracts like that would be burning a bridge in some sense.
I know exactly what you mean. I don't think that they care about PlayStation bridges.
It's just the optics of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They may not care about a specific group of people, but because if it looks bad overall, it looks bad, right? Like, so to have that optics would be bad.
I would definitely think less of them if they canceled those.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's my point, right? So
to me, those games are not coming to Xbox though, right?
They are. They're timed exclusives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will not be buying them at launch because of that. Even though Deathloop looks fucking dope.
Hey, you can still buy it at launch, you fucking PS5 owner.
No, I'll just wait to get it on my Game Pass.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no issue spending money on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm so cheap. So I'm just wait. I don't know. It's a single player game too, so I have no problem waiting. It's fine.
Yeah, you do you, buddy.
Yeah. Speaking of exclusives, there's further statements. So we finally got official wording on it. So obviously, I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive because we know that is not true. There's contractual obligations that we're going to see through. We have games that exist on other platforms. We're going to go support those games on other platforms they're on. The communities of players, we love those communities and we shall invest in them. And even in the future, there may be things that have their contractual things or legacy on different platforms that we'll go do, i.e. like Skyrim, right? Or
yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online or stuff, things like that.
What kind of games will be exclusive in the future?
So, with that said, but if you're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is that this is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
And that's the big thing.
That's it.
Yep.
That is a fun way to phrase it.
Yeah. So it leaves it open, like it leaves like an open message of like, I mean, if PlayStation wants to put us on their platform, our games could be on their platform. I doubt that would ever happen.
Yeah, it's a nice veiled threat that I really appreciate. Not that I enjoy threats, but
it's like an open door, right? Like, hey, if you really want it, we have an avenue for you to have it.
Yeah.
If you really want it.
Yeah. Let your users pay, $10, $30 a month, maybe. Maybe it's a little more expensive for PlayStation users.
Just keep it the same price. They don't need to raise it. They just need the user base, right?
I think if they do it, they should raise it. It should be.
No, because that would ruin. That'd be a very anti-consumer step to do. It would have to be the same rate across everything.
Right? That would be terrible PR.
Because right, it just you buy Xbox, you buy Game Pass Ultimate, you get both PC and Xbox, right?
So yeah, but that's PC Ultimate is Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
If you go into
what gets better than Ultimate?
Xbox version.
What's better than Ultimate?
Super. I don't know.
No.
Mega Super. I don't know. Man, watch Dragon Ball Z, man. They got fucking like 17 levels of fucking Super Saiyan right now. Come on. I think you can't charge the same price for Xbox consumers that you're going to charge for PC consumers.
I think you can.
No, Xbox and PC, yes. Xbox and PlayStation, you cannot charge the same price. You have to charge.
Where you're coming from.
You have to charge PlayStation consumers more.
But that would be bad optically. That would never happen.
It's not going to happen for multiple reasons. One, it's just not going to go to PlayStation.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it'll never happen.
It'll never happen. Yeah.
But theoretically, if it were to happen, like you don't see Netflix charging you to have a PC version of Netflix.
Netflix does not have a first-party hardware, though.
They can if they wanted to be honest.
If they did,
like Roku,
they would start. Right? Yes, if Netflix. If Netflix had a first a streaming stick, they would absolutely charge more.
No,
they wouldn't. 100%. I almost guarantee you they would charge like $1 more for anything else.
No one does it. No one does that.
So,
yeah, but
if they did something like that, it would just be free if you had their own hardware.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to raise the price on other things; they'll just lower the price on things they already have, since Microsoft already has it set in stone for their own things.
Well, also, okay, if they're lowering the price of other things, it's in effect not raising, but the price is raised for other people. Yeah. So I do think that you're right, Aiden. That would be the most likely thing that would happen is Xbox consumers would get like, hey, it's not $12 a month, it's $11.
I mean,
but I almost guarantee you some price. There will be a price difference if that happens.
I think even more so than a price difference, it's going to be like you buy an Xbox, you buy Windows, you get like 1-2 months free. Like they're not going to have a hard set price difference. Yeah. It's just going to be, we're going to give you this for free. That way it's technically lower, but we don't have to advertise any difference in price.
Yeah. Again, it's just not going to happen at the end of the day because Sony's Sony, right? So,
yeah.
Like I said,
they are still in the driver's seat, right?
Yeah. I could see it happening more on Nintendo than ever on Sony. If I had to put money on it, if I had to choose, if I had to put money on, would you see Game Pass on Switch or a Sony, honestly, or Sony first? Right, that would be that's the statement.
If
Which
I
would
had
you
to
see
choose
first?
one,
it'd be Switch.
I could see it more on or I could see it more on Nintendo, but Nintendo has such a good hold on like
they don't need to.
half of the fucking Game Pass games that they would say no. So I kind of want to say Sony, but Sony and Microsoft are like way more direct competitors. So it's tough.
Also, I think logistically Nintendo does not have a good system set up at all for online stores. So
no.
For that reason, I don't see it happening anytime soon, unless
Switch
say
Pro.
Microsoft helps them.
The Super Nintendo Switch.
We'll see.
The Super Nintendo Switch is coming out, right?
Yeah.
So long as it's not the new
it'll
Switch.
be Nintendo Switch 64.
It'll be like Switch 4K or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be
Nintendo
better
Switch.
than what they've done in the past.
It won't make sense for it.
Yeah, I know. I know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't like they're still building out their PC library anyways, so and they're trying to it's like work on one demographic at a time. Like, hey, we're trying to build good faith with PC right now, which they're doing. They're on track. Like EA Play is probably going to come to PC Game Pass soon. All right, so like build that relationship and that base up, and then work on the next one. But I know xCloud, they're working on their web-based version of xCloud, so you can actually use iPhones, like use it on your iPhone with the web browser.
Kind of woo.
I mean, it's just cool. Like that's their workaround.
It's cool that they're doing it.
Yeah,
it's just unfortunately they have to do it.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. We'll see what happens. I think you're going to see apps like xCloud apps on TVs. I think that'll be the next thing too. So
which is both exciting but also unfortunate.
I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Cool.
Right?
It's just like bundled apps on TVs. I feel like are commonly kind of hot garbage.
That's true.
Like they don't get the support they need.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I'm not excited. I want it to come to like Roku, Sling, Apple TV.
Well, technically, if they make the web browser, you can just use your TV's web browser.
You've not sold me, my guy.
Yeah, let me tell you. Have a Samsung.
I was just saying.
Not good.
I'm just saying.
Technically, yes.
I'm just saying. So that's where we're at with exclusives, which honestly is I don't think any of us is surprised by this.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
Like you don't make that buy thinking that
you don't spend $6 billion to do
I'm just gonna give the cow away, you know?
Yeah. They should have said it earlier. I mean, I would have been less surprised.
No, I think they're just waiting for the paperwork to go through.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was literally this week that they got cleared for.
Yeah.
You can do this. It's not a trust issue now.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Yeah. It's officially right. So it's an official as opposed to like anticipated. So that's their statement. So I think timing wise, it's fine. They did talk about some collaborations. id Software got brought up with Phil Spencer. There's like this whole AMA with Todd and Phil and stuff like that. I didn't listen to it. I just looked for TLDRs. But they're talking about id Software, which I want to say we're all fans of id Software. Am I right?
Yeah, they're legends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate them. So.
Okay, so they're talking about a collaboration with them, and Phil said, and then when you think about their capability, talking about id, I think of them collaborating and working with and talking with the Coalition and 343. And just like the first-person shooter, third-person shooter space that we have, the studios are there. It's just kind of amazing capability.
I'm excited for 343 to have some more guidance.
Yeah, I mean these guys are OGs, right? So, and especially the arcade shooter space, which you could argue Halo is kind of an arcade shooter.
Oh, you can argue Halo is an arcade shooter, 100%.
They further went to comment about the engine itself, the id Tech. The other thing I really get excited about with id is that we haven't really talked a lot about this is the future of id Tech, and that could mean inside of Xbox. Obviously, you know that we got a ton of studios doing a bunch of different work. I love that the way Marty talked about how they are collaborating with other Bethesda studios on id Tech, and I just think about that to the next level. What can we do inside of our organization with id Tech, which is one of the best game engines out there?
It's Microsoft's Frostbite.
Yeah.
That's the gist I get from that.
I like id Tech. I think id Tech's a good engine.
Yeah, it's
I agree.
buttery smooth.
Yeah, it's definitely better than what Elder Scrolls uses. So,
Gamebryo.
yeah, which is like a hella old engine that's kind of, it just feels like it's patchworked over the years instead of just writing a new engine.
Making it work.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I'm kind of interested to see where they go with IdTech. I know a few games are using Unreal 4 and 5, right? Which are great engines themselves too, but you're paying Epic to use those engines.
Yeah, they need their own like strong engine.
Well, Slipspace,
that people want to use.
Slipspace is coming out, right? That's the Halo engine.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
How does that like first reception go for everybody? Not great. Yeah. They need something that people want to use.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. When the game actually comes out, we'll see how Slipspace
when it
works
comes out, yeah. And I expect it to be a good game. Yeah. I think it will be hotcakes, you know. Hotcakes on a long drive. And Aiden
a big thing too. Yeah. I've been there. I've tried to throw open a paper bag before at that event.
Gross.
Yeah. Also on that, they just need to make sure that whatever kind of like engine that they're backing as their quote unquote main engine.
Yeah, I agree.
They need like a big modular one, like Unreal, not like bringing it back to EA and Frostbite.
Dude,
that engine's not actually super modular. It's built for FPSs.
Yeah.
You can tell when they try to make like Dragon Age Inquisition.
Andromeda, right?
Andromeda, yeah, like it's.
Yeah. That was one of the biggest
got
reasons.
Some good parts, but it's. You can tell that it's just off because it's not made for that.
Yeah. Just round up on this whole Bethesda thing. We got 20 games coming to Game Pass, console, PC. Most of these games have already been on one thing or the other.
Mm-hmm.
They've been there and they've left.
Yeah,
they're still there.
They're all bangers. They're all great games. I don't think you could go wrong playing any of them except maybe Fallout 76 and Youngblood.
I
hear Fallout 76 is actually in a great place.
I kind of want to give a shot to both of them. I know Youngblood is a 2-player game. I tried to convince Aiden to play this recently, last week. I'd be down to give a 76 shot if you guys want to. I know it had rough beginnings, but I enjoyed Fallout 4 for what I played.
Yeah, I hear it's in a great place. I hear it's in a like this is the actual release type place that it's in. That's all I know. But then at the same time, I'm like, I could just play Valheim instead, or Sea of Thieves, which we've been playing every other week or something. Your
computer and I'll fucking play Valheim.
Yeah. Get the power supply and I'll get it.
That's your fault.
Then of course the new Xbox Series or the new console features, next gen features, the FPS boost is going to be applied to Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Skyrim, Prey, and Dishonored. I think it's time for me to play Prey, to be honest.
Prey is a good game.
This might get me back into it.
Yeah.
Like it's not insane, but it's a good game. I highly recommend it.
I mean, Arcane makes great games. I think they just don't sell well.
Yeah. One thing that's neat to me on the list is they have Dishonored 1 on it, but not Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2 is right
for
there.
For the FPS boost.
No, Dishonored 2 is on it.
Maybe Dishonored 2 runs at 60. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
But, I mean, this is an initial thing. Like, they're slowly rolling out FPS boost, right? Because if people don't know, FPS boost is not an actual change to the game code to allow higher FPSs, like, because a lot of these games have FPS caps built into them.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done some kind of magic to boost the FPS without altering the game itself. I don't know how they did it. Like I said, it's pretty much just magic in my eyes. I'm not a developer.
No.
It's kind of amazing. Yeah, it's kind of amazing that this feature is, and we've talked about it before, but this feature is even a thing.
Agreed.
I appreciate you. All right.
I agree with you.
Last piece of Xbox topic on our Xbox Heavy Day. Halo Infinite. They did a live stream AMA. They were talking about the world environment. We're getting a dynamic night and day cycle with weather systems. At the time, there's no soul storms or like rain storms at launch, but could be added later. Day-night cycles affect encounters, so certain NPCs behave differently in day and night, which is cool.
I would be disappointed if they didn't.
Yeah, like it seems like what you're supposed to do at this point in 2021.
Yes, that's something that I would be excited for in like 360 days.
Yeah. Weapon upgrades don't make the cut, but players are able to upgrade equipment items and find cool weapon variants to unlock in the game. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah, I say we'll see what that means.
Yeah, because I mean, Halo 5 had a lot of different weapon variants, right? You had ARs with different scopes, different damage modifiers. Some of modifiers did.
Like I'm thinking about like the Halo 2 BR and Halo 5.
Yeah.
That was a cool addition, but it would be much better if you could get that just by getting like a scope and a sight, or a scope and like a barrel.
Actual mods, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was really hoping for. This could still work out well. It just depends how they implement the variants, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I don't hate what they're saying, but I don't love it. I'll say.
I mean, this is
basically so long as there's like a ranked mode where it's just like pure arcade shooter, bringing back to like Halo 2, Halo 3 days.
Yeah,
they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I think this is more
there has
for
to be a basic mode.
Single player,
just
the campaign. I think this is definitely more for the campaign, and you'll see the variants in like if they bring back was it Warzone? Is that what they called it?
Firefight.
Yeah, I think you'll see that stuff, but I think in the normal
Warzone's not coming back, right?
I don't know. I don't think they mentioned it. I hope they bring it back. That's one of my favorite things.
I love Warzone.
Yeah. There will be no playable elites in this game, but they could add it later.
What? Come on, man. I'm supposed to play my brother.
I'm completely okay with this.
Me too.
Reddit is not. It is super funny.
Man, as long as you can play 4 players, that's all you need. Like it's nice to have like one person have like invisibility and one person has, whatever Master Chief's thing was. I forget.
I think people are just being salty, right? They just find things to be upset about.
Let me tell you something about people who enjoy being salty. I get it.
Also, there's gonna be no dual wielding, which I'm fine with. They haven't had dual wielding, and
who cares about that?
I really enjoy dual wielding. It would have been cool if it was like a campaign only thing.
I wish it was in the game, but I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I think it makes it much harder to balance like weapons.
Yeah, much harder.
So I don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with no dual wielding. It's this is more of a multiplayer thing, but it is possible to hold only one piece of equipment, so like a shield or whatever those things are, and they will have one-time use onlys, which is great, which we want, right?
Cool. That's good.
Right. So no cooldown kind of crap that people complain about for balancing issues. They said it's not an open world game, but it's inspired by missions like Silent Cartographer, which is wildly famous. It sounds
fine with that. That mission is generally big, I'll say.
Yeah.
Like you can go either way, which I think is a good way to do it.
Yeah. They said. Go ahead.
Is it basically like the same like mission structures like Uncharted 4, where it's just like it's a linear, you do mission by mission, but each mission level has like 18 different ways you can go about completing it?
So
that would be a good way to do it.
So I was reading more of the stuff, and so essentially the game offers open-ended structure so the player has full freedom to tackle different objectives, while the main story has a general structured path where there's multiple places to go outside the story that will offer side objectives. You know what it sounds semi-open world, kind of like how Ghost of Tsushima is, right? You start off in Act 1 in this lower area, and then you have all these side stuff on top of the linear mission, and then when you do that mission, when you finish Act 1, it opens up the next layer. I think that's what the structure of it.
Yeah, so, I could see that.
I could see that, but I would still describe that purely as an open world type deal.
It's like, to me, it's semi-open world, because like a true open world is You go anywhere,
you
no
want.
matter what. You're not restricted. You're not level. Well, you could be level restricted in certain games, but like Fallout 4 is purely open world, right? You get up out of the thing, you go here, you go there, you go anywhere you want. It doesn't matter, right? On the map. Whereas games like God of War, it'll probably be more structured, right? Like you have to unlock the different worlds, and then once you unlock it, you can go explore it. So this is in that sense.
Yeah.
Which I think I like better than a full open world off the cuff.
Right there with you.
I agree. Yeah.
It's a little more pointed. Most developers can't really secure that like actually open world and make it interesting the entire game type thing.
Yeah, like I prefer more structure. I think that's one of the things that drew me away from like just those types of games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout 4, because I'm here for the single player experience and I want to play a single player game. Like I want to go through the story kind of thing. So I like how Ghost of Tsushima is set up in that sense, right? Like, all right, I go here, then I go here, and I go here, and you're not restricted by level cap because it's actually the story guiding you through the land.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think Ghost did a great job with that.
Yeah, they just they perfected it, I guess you could say. But they said there'll be different biomes. There will be like one primary biome, which is like the Pacific Northwest, but then they have some secondary biomes like wetlands and whatnot. I hope, and we've talked about this before, I hope in the long term they keep adding biomes. That'd be cool.
Better.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because it's infinite, right?
I mean,
look at you, little marketing man.
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking neck next time I see you. I hate you. I hate you so much.
There's going to be outposts and bases that you can encounter, which I think would be a lot of fun to do with your friends. I would love to play Halo. Like, all right, let's just go in this world, especially like beat the mainline. We're
already gonna play so much Halo together.
Yeah, like
to give us like the solo experience, but the non story experience would be so good.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. You beat the campaign, and then it's a sandbox. Now you just play. Right now you just go play and do stuff. That would be kind of cool to like. All right, let's jump in this warthog and fuck around. You know,
I agree.
I think that would be really cool. And they said it's possible to knock things off the Halo ring because technically.
Hey, okay. I can't wait to knock you off the Halo ring. Fucking talk to you ever
just drive us off the wood, drive a warthog, and then drive off the edge, but jump off at the last minute.
I'll tell Aiden before. I'll be like, Aiden, jump out in 3 seconds, and we'll never have to play with longer. And he's just out in space.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was some Halo Infinite news. I think we're just gonna see more news ramp up as we get closer to release, of course.
Yeah, I can't wait. Cannot wait. I love it.
I think for the most part, this is the right direction. Like this is what we expect.
I will not give them any props until it comes out.
Yeah, well,
it was supposed to come out last year, right?
Yeah, but what I meant, like, this is like stuff that like are almost obvious. Like, these are the things that should be in the game.
No, I agree with you on that, but I will not give them anything.
Yeah,
I won't say good job until they do a good job, because you push it back a year. You don't deserve anything.
I really hope they invest in the Forge. Like, I think the Forge is.
Oh, they will. I feel like they have to know Forge is like.
I mean,
a huge fucking part in that game.
Yeah, I was talking to Tim about it. It's like Forge is what really made Halo special, right? Because the community made stuff way cooler.
I don't
like
agree with that, but I agree that it's an extremely important part in the next Halo.
Well, I'm just thinking in like the space that we're in now, like where like there's a lot of people that like to build stuff, right? Like just the gaming space that we're in now to have a Halo Minecraft, essentially.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, I agree with that. Yes.
Right. And then the
Forge mode kind of makes it raise up that other level. Otherwise, it's just an arena shooter.
Yeah, and like then for longevity, right? Right. You have Forge, and now that it's coming to PC at launch, Forge on PC. So you have all these PC users building like crazy cool hype shit. Yeah, like that opportunity is extremely high, and the fact that it's free to play The multiplayer is free to play. Now, if they add Forge to be free to play also, dude.
Yeah, they need
game changer.
I don't think they will.
Oh, they should.
I think that will be.
I think they absolutely should.
They should. But
I feel like Forge should be. The
be.
game doesn't need to be.
No, I think you give Forge and the multiplayer free to play, you're set. You're done. I think you'll be fine.
Well, you have to make a good game.
I mean, the sandbox has to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's all they do is they keep adding assets to the sandbox, right? Like, hey guys,
that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah,
if they do it, I would love it.
So we'll see. But that's it. That's the news for the week.
Hey, let me tell you guys, I have one more piece of news, actually. I like you guys. You guys are my friends.
Aww.
Aww.
Like you
well,
too,
actually,
buddy.
Aiden, you're my brother.
So. Yeah, but your brother can be your friend, and your brother cannot be your friend.
That's allowed.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of siblings that aren't friends.
Okay, well, you guys are both my friends. Aiden, you're my brother also. So
thank you. You are also my brother.
Faulkner, I want to tell you something. You're not my brother, but I still like you. So, right.
Thank you, Boo.
Congrats.
Thank
How's
you.
that feel?
I appreciate it. We play games almost every night. I hope we're friends.
That would be really awkward if you just found out he doesn't like you at all.
Yeah. Hey, Faulkner, guess what? Fuck you.